Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to do my best to convince you of what I think is the best Z battle card in the first set of Zenkai series, Dawn of the Z Legends. Of course, this video is going to contain pretty much just all my opinions, so if you guys have a different opinion, think a different Z battle card is good, or any of my arguments are faulty, definitely drop it down in the comments below. But I'm going to be using just, my opinion and different arguments to show you guys why I think the following Z battle card is the best Z battle card. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video, because we're always going over competitive content just like today's video. Today's video is not just to say, hey, this is the best Z battle card just because. It's because it's very competitively good, and it might get overlooked a little bit because of how weak it seems. But anyways, let's get right into this. So it's no joke that red and blue seemingly have the best Z battle cards, yellow maybe following closely behind blue. Reds are super overtuned. I mean, between Goku Defender of Life and Rush Attack SSB Vegeta, those cards are quite possibly now the best 2-drops in the game, like just by themselves. Blues are really strong. I mean, between SSB Vegito and the Cell 3-drop, those are great cards. And yellow has two pretty decent ones, the 3-drop SSB Goku and the dual attacking Gohan. Green and black are definitely lagging behind, and when I say black Z battle cards, I mean ones that are tied to black, which at this point is only Demigra, because in my opinion, the best Z battle card in the game is SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible. A lot of you guys might not believe this because it is just a very small battle card and it only gains relevant power if you're playing a very specific leader. But that's not even why this card is good. This card is solely good, and in my opinion, again, the best Z battle card in the game because of the auto. Place one card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. When this card's played, add up to one card from your life to your hand and draw one card. It is a generic self-awakener that any deck in the game can play because it is ruled that the Z energy cost color does not matter when playing Z battle cards, and Vegeta has a 1 energy cost that has no specified cost. So any deck in the game can play this card, and I'm willing to bet that most deck lists come regional time with Zenkai series is going to have at least one copy of this thing in the Z deck. It is just so good to have access to a self-awakener whenever you need it, and there are other scenarios that make it incredibly good. So let's talk about some of those scenarios. Alright guys, I'm pretty sure as far as it goes with Z series, that all but one leader awaken and go down to 6 life. I have Pan as the example here, but of course, like, just outside of Z series, there are a ton of leaders that awaken and go down to 6 life or even 5 life. And SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible is going to be an incredible card for all those types of decks. Let's take Pan for example, and this even applies to SS4 Gogeta, which I've been playing a lot lately. So you awaken down to 6. You're playing against maybe a slower matchup, a stallier deck, or maybe they're just focusing your unison, maybe they're just focusing your battle cards, and they're not really getting you down to that life threshold where you need to use your super combos to start pushing for game. Well, no problem. You must have a ton of Z energy at this point. So play SSB Vegeta surrounding the impossible, take yourself down to 5 life. Now your blocker negates, which just about every single deck plays like 2 to 3 copies of, are now online. And speaking of 2 to 3 copies, because of the existence of SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible, you can super easily get away with playing 3 to even 4 copies of blocker negates. Let's look at a deck like GT Goku from Ultimate Squad. That deck took itself down to 6 life upon awakening. People weren't even playing Raditz super combo in that deck because it wasn't reliable enough to get yourself down to 4 life, because your opponent could theoretically attack your unison the entire game and never give you a life past 6 if you didn't play self-awakeners in your main deck. Now with SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible in your Z deck, you can put yourself down to 5, and if your opponent wants to go with that strategy of attacking your unisons or only attacking battle cards so your super combos never come online, now testing the opposition is automatically live just because you included this one card in your Z deck. That alone is incredibly powerful. As far as red Z decks go, I mean, most of mine have been of the ratios of like 2 Defender of Life, 2 Rush Attack Vegeta, and of course that can change depending on the deck. You can play 3 of one or 3 of the other, and then 1 of this, 1 Videl, and then in Gogeta, for example, we're playing 1 of the Z leader. So you're always able to fit Surmounting the Impossible in your Z deck. Obviously, as time goes on, that might change because we're gonna get more Z battle cards, and a lot of them are probably gonna get better and better as time goes on. But I still think that having a automatic self-awakener, especially for these decks, again, that awaken at 6th life, is going to be invaluable, and it's going to make it the most played Z battle card in my opinion, and therefore in my opinion the best. Anyways, moving along to another example. SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible combined with Hirudegarn, a cursed Destroyer. This is a card that a lot of people are very hyped about for set 18, myself included. The main thing here is the activate main once per turn. Choose one of your battle cards and KO it. Doesn't care about color or cost or anything. Add the top card of your deck in your energy in rest mode. So here's the thing with this card. SSB Vegeta has unique. So theoretically, if you needed to take multiple life over the course of a game, you wouldn't really be able to do so because you can't combo Vegeta off, and your opponent should honestly probably just leave this card on your board because, again, it's got unique. It's a 5k battle card, so like, who cares if they attack with it? They're gonna have to combo up heavy to even try to do damage. But a card like Hirudegarn or Curse Destroyer is able to make value out of Vegeta, which again was a resource that did not pull anything from your hand, depending how you have to combo to get it into play. You KO it, you turn that into an energy, and then if you need to play another Vegeta, you can do that. So any methods you guys have of removing battle cards from your own board is going to be really, really strong. I mean, those are my main cases for SSB Vegeta Surmounting the Impossible being the best Z battle card in the game. Is it going to win the game right on the spot? No, of course not. Defender of Life and Rush Attack Vegeta are able to do those things some of the time in red. But again, my case for this being the best Z battle card in the game is that it's incredibly versatile. Again, I really do think that just about every single deck in the first set of Z series, even decks to come after that, are going to play at least one copy of this in the Z deck. This is at least a one of in almost every single Z deck that I've built for the first set of Z series. So if you guys didn't realize just how good this card is, if you weren't playing it and you haven't picked it up from your locals yet, make sure to go snag your copies of SSB Vegeta Surrounding the Impossible. Just another minor thing on the price of this card as well, because I have seen people selling them for about 15-ish a copy, maybe now like $10, maybe it's getting a little lower, because these were originally giving out at San Diego Comic-Con, but now local game stores are starting to get these. Basically, it's like a Zenkai starter pack where you get 2 copies of this. You also get the leader and the Z leader that comes with it, and it's just a random yellow Goku BR leader. It's very similar to the draft box leader we've seen, where it's base yellow but it gains a whole bunch of colors. So make sure you go to your locals and grab those. I would not recommend going out and paying any more than $10 for these. I wouldn't even recommend paying a dime for these. Just go to your local game store and grab them as long as they have them. If you have to get them through other resources, definitely do so. But anyways, guys, that's my opinion on the matter. Of course, I want to know in the comments below what you think is the best Z battle card. Maybe you define it differently. Maybe you define Z battle cards being the best by their game ending abilities. Maybe you define it by their utility. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Alright, now that you guys finished watching that video, they should have never banned fucking Child's Wish. They shouldn't. Super Shadow was the best deck in the game. Super Shadow was the best!